I want to talk about Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal. The fight got made. It's a rematch. Jorge Masvidal, of course, came in short notice to fight. And, it wasn't a great fight. Usman pretty much dominated it. But there was the question of, if Jorge Masvidal had a full camp, could he have done better? So, first thing, impressions on that. And then I want to talk about Jorge Masvidal himself, because I think since he got big, he's taken a bit of a turn with the fan base from what I've seen. But yeah, thoughts on the actual fight. Do you like that they made this rematch, and do you see it going any way differently?
That first pay-per-view between the two of them absolutely killed me. It didn't end till like 7 a.m. over here. I was going to bed and my sister was going to work. Oh man, the birds were chirping. It was bright outside. I was sick after that first pay-per-view. It was grim. So
Yeah.
I'm feeling a bit burned after that one. I'm a bit less excited for this fight. Masvidal doesn't half talk some crap, does he?
Yeah. So
he's very political as well. And you're
I
just
know.
like, dude, read the room.
So here's the thing with Masvidal, right? Is I done this huge piece for the channel. Go check it out on the MMA movement. I guess 2 years ago now. It was pretty much right after the Ben Askren fight, about a month after, I believe. And what Jorge Masvidal was portraying at that time was, and it was true, it was this guy who's been around for the longest time, who didn't really get an opportunity, kind of like Nate Diaz, who didn't get that opportunity to become a star. And then he gets the opportunity, or a few opportunities, against Darren Till, against Ben Askren, and he absolutely shines. And I think the fan base really responded to that. I think he was loved for a long time. And then something happened. Like, I mean, he was this anti-establishment, but also like anti-trash talk guy. He trash talk with people, but only if it was real. He didn't kind of do this fake stuff. But then over the course of the next while, of course, he gets really political, as you said, Sean. He aligns himself with Donald Trump, like 90% of MMA fighters, it seems. He shows up to that Conor fight, remember, wearing the robe, which is kind of like...
That was kind of... I didn't mind that. That was kind of
I thought it was a bit weird. It was fine. Move past that. And then he kind of does what he was almost saying that other people were doing. Like, he wasn't accepting fights. He was looking for money fights. He was turned into the guy that I think he was trying not to be.
Yeah.
And I think, for me anyway, looking at the reactions to some of the stuff that he is doing now, one thing I want to show on screen now is he had an interaction with Ben Askren and Jake Paul. I don't know. I'll show it now.
And I mean, just before you share it there, him interacting with Jake Paul is kind of everything that he didn't want to be, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's very weird, and it's very uncharacteristic from what we thought he was. So I'll show this video, and we'll come back and we'll respond.
Hey, it's your dad calling in.
Your stuff that's made it successful.
It's your dad calling in. Look.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive, bro. I'm about to take him out. Hey, he's still alive. Don't worry, I'm gonna finish him off. Yeah, don't worry.
Tell him I like them flip-flops, man.
He said he likes your flip-flops. That's my guy, Masvidal, maker of Ben Askren. Jake Paul will be the finisher of Ben Askren. Does that bother you, by the way, that you got knocked out in 5 seconds?
Nah, it happens.
It doesn't bother you?
Not really.
It doesn't really happen, by the way. That's only happened once.
I got a record.
You literally have the record. Yeah.
I literally have the record.
You hold the record.
The record.
Yeah. 5 seconds.
Yes.
It doesn't like haunt you at all. That like you're probably the most embarrassing fighter in UFC history.
Jake, I know you have low self-esteem, but you don't need to project it onto me.
So this clip doesn't bother you?
I've only seen it like a million times. Doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother you?
No.
So yeah, I mean, clearly, by the way, that looks like it really annoyed Askren, but I think it's just a thing of, he is a different guy than I think what a lot of people thought he was when they originally latched onto him after he became a star. And I don't know, I think leading into this fight, I don't know if it's going to do as well as the last one. I think he's lost some steam, not just because he lost that fight, but also just because of his persona change. I find it a bit strange.
Yeah, I mean, the first pay-per-view did pretty well, and it was let's call it a spade. It was all Masvidal, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, big time.
Look, I don't know how well the second one does.
Actually, can I go back on that one? Maybe it will do well, because maybe all this stuff with Jake Paul, will bring in some new fans. I don't know, but
Does the full camp here actually make a difference to Masvidal, in your opinion?
I don't think it does.
I don't think so either. I mean, I definitely got sucked in to by Masvidal in the first fight and thinking that he could actually win. I mean, hindsight's a great man, obviously, but yeah, got that one very wrong. And yeah, I'm not sure the full camp makes a big difference here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want odds, you can get 3-1 on Masvidal. That wouldn't be for me now, to be honest. I think this fight's going the distance. I mean, the first fight, what was it, 50-43?
Yeah, it was completely dominant. I mean, he can win the fight, of course. You know, there's always that. But wasn't there, not rumors, but almost confirmation that he basically had a camp anyway because there was talk of him stepping in for this, right? As far as I remember.
Yeah, he wasn't out. It's not like he came off the couch for that fight. He was in shape.
Yeah, so I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference. And
yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm not mad about this fight, to be honest. It wasn't the rematch I necessarily wanted to see. I mean, there's probably better guys you could give the fight to at welterweight.
Yeah, they're doing it because of the numbers that the original one done. And I could be wrong in the whole that it's not going to make more money or it's not going to make an equal amount of money or pay-per-view buy rates. But I just do think it's a bit, I don't know, jarring, his change in persona. Or maybe not even his change in persona. Maybe his like... the I don't know, his persona being shown more over the last few months, you know.
I think as well, right? The persona works well when you're baptizing guys, as he likes to put it. So when he was doing that to Ben Askren, when he was doing that to Darren Till, when he was doing that to Nate Diaz, it kind of doesn't work as well when you just got beat 50-43 by Kamaru Usman.
Isn't it? It's a similar argument to the Sean O'Malley stuff, isn't it? His persona works well when he's winning. When he's not winning and he keeps it up, it's like, Sean, you lost that fight, just admit it. Move on, mate. The MMA Movement podcast is now available on all audio platforms, so go check us out on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, or whatever your favourite podcasting app is. My personal favourite is Pocket Casts. You can find us there too. Make sure you leave us a review if you're on Apple Podcasts or if your service allows a review. It really helps us out. We'll be posting clips from the podcast on this channel, so make sure you're subscribed. So if you're only interested in that, that's fine too. Let us know what your thoughts are on this video in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.